When I heard Sri Satya Sai Baba's name, something happened inside. It was immediate.
What he does in his darshan, he's changing every time he comes and passes, he's changing something within us. And he brings us on a higher level of understanding and awareness.
I feel Sai Baba is God on earth. Come back to help his devotees towards the light.
Forever in my heart, thou art mine.
Welcome to Souljourns and to the outpouring of love for Sai Baba by Valerie and Fred Wunderlich. The Wunderlichs have been following Indian holy man Sri Satya Sai Baba since 1986. And in addition to the music they sing about their love of Baba, they also wrote the book Sai Divine, published by Sai Towers, the book about their adventure and discovery of Sai Baba. More of their singing follows this interview, which was recorded in Baba's ashram in Prashanti Nilayam in January 2004.
We first heard about Baba on a trip to Nepal, where we were going to do a trek in Pokhara for a photo exhibition in Paris, and we missed the bus. We were obliged to take another bus, and on this bus there were only two places, and I sat next to a lady, a Nepalese lady, and she started talking about Sri Satya Sai Baba.
And did you name the year this?
In 1986.
86.
Yeah.
And how long was it before you became more fascinated with Sai Baba, other than just a cursory amount of curiosity?
When I heard Sri Satya Sai Baba's name, something happened inside. It was immediate. Absolutely immediate.
And Fred, how about
happened like that?
Fred, how about you?
Well, when I heard about what he represented, I felt very good about it, very, very well. But it didn't strike me like Valerie straight away. I said, just wait and see, and see what happens, and check it a little bit.
And how long did it take you to check?
Very little. When we had straight away some very beautiful happenings, which it's also part of the book, and miracles, we can say, and it never ended. But when we really believed in him, that when we read his teachings. And one of the first books which actually we heard about straight away was what was the title? From Samuel Sandweiss, The Holy Man and the Psychiatrist. Actually, it was a story that in '86, this lady who introduced us to Baba, who spoke about Baba for the first time, she said, when you come back from your trek, come and see us in Kathmandu, and I will give you some books to read, and then also the photo, because we have never seen him. We didn't know how Baba looked like. And when we actually we made a date on the following Thursday, because she said it's not impossible to find me. The addresses in Kathmandu are very difficult. There are not proper roads or something. We'll just make a date at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the St. Mary School. She was a teacher there, and I'll pick you up. Actually, Valerie did the date, and I said to her, that's a little bit risky, because taking the bus from Pokhara in the morning to arrive there in time, it's not always obvious. And as it happened, we had a terrible drive. There was thunderstorms, and our bus was nearly washed off the road, and we were wet inside the bus. And we arrived at that station in Kathmandu 10 to 3. It was a whole, the station was a little lake. And I said to Valerie, go and wait over there, I just get the rucksacks off the roof of the bus. And when I came, the only taxi arrived. And we went in and said, quick, we'll have to meet somebody at 3 o'clock, go quickly, I'll pay you something extra. So he drove like a madman to arrive at 3 o'clock, and she sent her girl out. And she was wet through, and we just picked her up to make it. So we arrived for the first time at this lady. And we were wet through, we were tired, and she was very kind. She made us tea and something to eat, and then we saw the photo of Baba.
For the first time?
For the very first time. And Valerie was, you tell yourself, yeah, your impression.
I stood up and walked right, left, looking at Baba, and I felt the eyes following me. And Shishila, the lady's name, she said, I'm going to give you 2 books from Sri Satya Sai Baba, but the one I really would have liked you to read is one written by Samuel Sandweiss, which is called The Holy Man and the Psychiatrist. But I haven't got that. You'll have to try and get that book in your country. So actually we left Shishila, and we got into a little hotel, and I came down sick. I'd caught a virus, and actually I read those 2 books one after the other, and it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and when I got up I said, why haven't I heard of this being before in our lives? We travelled all over India.
We've been twice in Bangalore. I'd never heard his name.
So I got out of bed and went into a little bookshop, little second-hand bookshop, and I said to the man behind the desk, give me all the books you have on Sai Baba. And he said, I've only got one, and you might not like to buy it because it's so old and tatty. And he gave me that book of Sandweiss.
Your first Leela, maybe your second or third.
Yeah.
I'm going to fast forward and jump around. So you'd heard of Sai Baba, you had seen his picture, and you had read his book. Tell me about your experience of seeing him with your own eyes the first time.
Now, we actually we did not go straight away to see him. As I say, I'm a photographer, and we never wanted to go near an ashram at the time. We didn't feel it. We just wanted to be in nature and do photography and things. Now, of course, when we got this experience, we just didn't stop thinking of Baba. But it just didn't happen that we went the following year. But we had an incredible miracle happening, which you most probably read in the book about Eve's story. So that even brought us closer to him. And then Valerie actually painted Baba. It was a beautiful painting, which is in the book also. Yes. And we started to meditate, about him. And when we actually decided for the first time to see him, I said, I'm going to make some photos in case he calls us in to get it blessed and signed.